Let me ask you something. What happens when you spend all your time looking at someone else's path? You trip, you stumble, and you lose sight of where you're supposed to be heading. That's what happens when we focus on others instead of ourselves. We get distracted by someone else's success, someone else's achievements, and in that moment, we forget that we're on our own unique journey. Listen, life isn't a competition with the people around you. It's a competition with yourself, your habits, your discipline, your focus. You are the only person standing between where you are and where you want to be. So why give anyone else that power? Why waste energy worrying about what the next person is doing when you could be putting that energy into you? This is why you have to stay tuned, because by the end of this speech, you'll realize that the only person you need to focus on is the one looking back at you in the mirror. Personal growth is a journey that you must take alone. It's not something that can be measured by what others around you are doing. Often people get trapped in the habit of looking at everyone else, comparing their progress with others, and feeling either inadequate or superior based on those comparisons. But the truth is, personal growth isn't a competition. It's a deeply personal, individual process that requires focus on your own path, not on the paths of those around you. You cannot measure your own progress by the successes or failures of others, because each person's journey is unique. What works for someone else may not work for you, and what you need to learn may be entirely different from what someone else needs to learn. When you try to grow by comparing yourself to others, you not only lose sight of your own goals, but you also undermine the value of your own experiences. You ignore your own growth potential in favor of chasing after someone else's story. It's important to realize that no one else can do the work for you. No one else can take the steps necessary for your self-improvement. Personal growth is by nature a solitary endeavor. You can have mentors, teachers, and guides along the way, but at the end of the day, it's up to you to put in the effort, to stay disciplined, and to push yourself beyond your comfort zone. It's easy to look at others and wish for their success, but wishing for something isn't the same as working for it. Their journey is theirs, and it doesn't diminish yours in any way. Focusing on yourself means setting your own standards and creating your own goals that are rooted in what you need to improve, not what someone else has accomplished. It means taking responsibility for your own growth without comparing it to the pace of someone else's development. When you stop worrying about how others are doing, you free yourself from the pressure of external expectations and judgments. You start to focus on what really matters, the daily effort you put in to become a better version of yourself. Personal growth is not about chasing external validation or competing for success with others. It's about bettering yourself every day, little by little. Some days that might mean pushing yourself harder than you did the day before. Other days it might mean learning from your mistakes, reflecting on your experiences, and adjusting your approach. What matters is that you are progressing on your journey at your pace. When you focus on yourself, you start to appreciate your own progress, no matter how small it may seem. You begin to realize that the victories that matter most are the ones that happen within you, those moments when you overcome a personal challenge, learn something new about yourself, or develop a skill that will serve you in the long run. These are the true markers of growth. Growth isn't about how quickly you can get there or how much more successful you can be than someone else. It's about how much better you can become than the person you were yesterday. When you make yourself the priority, you allow yourself the space to grow in ways that are authentic and meaningful to you. Focus on your own journey, and you'll find that personal growth becomes a rewarding, fulfilling process, one that doesn't rely on comparisons, but on the steady, consistent progress you make on your own terms. The danger of comparison is one of the most subtle and damaging traps we can fall into. It's easy to look around and see what others have accomplished and then immediately feel like we're not measuring up. In a world where we are constantly bombarded with images of success, wealth, beauty, and achievement, whether on social media, at work, or in our personal lives, it's almost second nature to compare ourselves to those around us. But comparison is the thief of joy, and it can silently erode your self-worth and stunt your growth. When you compare yourself to others, you are often comparing your worst days to their best days. Social media and even casual conversations don't reveal the full picture of anyone's life. You might see someone's highlight reel, their big wins, or their shiny moments of success, but you don't see the struggles, the failures, and the hard work that went on behind the scenes. Comparison tricks you into thinking that someone else's life is perfect, that they're further ahead, more successful, or more talented than you, when in reality they are on their own journey with their own unique challenges and victories. The truth is, everyone is fighting battles you may not know about, and comparing yourself to them is not only unfair but also unproductive. You end up diminishing your own achievements and ignoring your own progress because you are so focused on how you stack up against others. It creates a false sense of inadequacy, making you believe that you're not doing enough, when in fact you're on a different path with a different timeline and different goals. When you constantly compare yourself to others, you also give away your power. You let someone else's success dictate how you feel about yourself, and that can be incredibly disempowering. Instead of finding motivation in your own progress, you end up feeling deflated or envious, which can lead to a cycle of self-doubt and negativity. You lose sight of what matters most: your own growth, your own journey, and your own potential. The danger of comparison is that it pulls you out of the present moment and makes you focus on what you don't have rather than appreciating what you do have. It blinds you to your own accomplishments and the unique qualities that make you who you are. Each person's path is different, and the success of others does not diminish your potential for success. It's important to understand that your journey is just as valuable, even if it looks completely different from someone else's. One of the biggest challenges with comparison is that it distracts you from your goals. Instead of focusing on what you need to do to improve, you end up obsessing over what someone else has done. This wastes valuable time and energy that could be spent on your own development. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking, if only I had what they have, I'd be successful too, but success is not something you can copy from someone else. It's something you create for yourself through your own efforts on your own terms. In the end, the only person you should be comparing yourself to is the person you were yesterday. When you focus on your own growth and stop measuring yourself against others, you regain control of your journey. You begin to appreciate your own progress, however small it may seem, and recognize that you are moving forward in your own way. Comparison robs you of the joy of your own achievements and hinders your ability to see the value in your unique path. In the end, the only person you should be comparing yourself to is the person you were yesterday. When you focus on your own growth and stop measuring yourself against others, you regain control of your journey. You begin to appreciate your own progress, however small it may seem, and recognize that you are moving forward in your own way. Comparison robs you of the joy of your own achievements and hinders your ability to see the value in your unique path. The moment you stop comparing yourself to others, you free yourself from unnecessary pressure and anxiety. You can then turn your attention inward, where real growth happens. The real measure of success is not how you compare to others, but how far you've come in your own journey. Focus on that, and you'll discover that your potential is limitless, unbound by the lives of those around you. Your unique path in life is just that, yours. It's a journey that only you can walk, and it's shaped by your experiences, choices, and individual growth. The moment you start to understand that life isn't a race to be won against others, but a deeply personal journey of self-discovery and progress, everything changes. You free yourself from the pressure of living up to other people's expectations or timelines, and you begin to focus on what truly matters, becoming the best version of you. There's a common misconception that life is about reaching certain milestones at the same pace as everyone else. We've all heard the societal pressures: by a certain age, you should have this or that, whether it's a successful career, a house, a relationship, or a family. These expectations are often thrust upon us, making us believe that if we don't follow the same timeline as others, we're somehow falling behind. But the reality is, life is not a race, and there is no single path to success or fulfillment. Your journey is unlike anyone else's because you are unlike anyone else. Your experiences, your challenges, your dreams, they're yours alone. Trying to live someone else's life or follow someone else's path robs you of the opportunity to discover what's truly meaningful to you. Instead of focusing on where others are in their journey, you need to ask yourself, what do I want? What's important to me? This shift in mindset is crucial because it helps you create a life that aligns with your values, goals, and desires, rather than trying to meet external standards that don't reflect who you really are. When you embrace the uniqueness of your own path, you realize that success looks different for everyone. What one person considers success might not resonate with you at all, and that's okay. You're not here to live someone else's version of a good life, you're here to create your own. This means defining what success and happiness look like for you personally and understanding that your journey will unfold at its own pace. There's no need to rush, and there's no need to feel like you're running out of time. The beauty of walking your own path is that it allows you to grow at a pace that's right for you. Some people may achieve certain milestones earlier than others, but that doesn't make them more successful or more fulfilled. It just means their journey is different from yours. What matters is not how fast you move, but that you keep moving forward in a direction that feels right to you. There's no prize for finishing first in life, but there is immense reward in living authentically and staying true to yourself. Focusing on your unique path also means letting go of the need for validation from others. When you're constantly looking to others for approval, you lose sight of your own vision. You might find yourself making decisions that don't really align with what you want just to fit in or meet societal expectations. But when you're clear about your own path, you stop needing external validation because you're confident in the choices you're making for yourself. It's important to trust the timing of your life. Just because someone else has achieved something doesn't mean you're behind. You're on your own timeline, and every experience you go through is shaping you in ways that are preparing you for what's to come. There's no need to compare your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20. Instead, focus on the lessons you're learning, the growth you're experiencing, and the progress you're making, no matter how slow or small it may seem. At the end of the day, the only person you're competing with is yourself. Your only job is to be better than the person you were yesterday, not to be better than anyone else. When you accept that your path is unique, you stop wasting energy on comparison and start putting that energy into your own growth. And that's where real fulfillment and success are found, by staying focused on your own journey and embracing it for what it is uniquely yours. Staying focused on your own journey requires a shift in mindset and a deep understanding of where your true priorities lie. It's easy to get distracted by what others are doing, to look around and feel like you should be doing more, achieving more, or being someone different. But the reality is, the moment you shift your attention to others, you lose sight of what truly matters, your own growth, goals, and potential. The most important thing you can do is to stay in your lane and focus on your unique path, no matter what's happening around you. When you focus on yourself, you gain clarity about what you really want in life. You stop chasing after things just because they look good on someone else's journey or because society tells you it's what you should want. Instead, you take the time to understand your own desires, passions, and purpose. This kind of self-awareness is crucial for personal growth because it allows you to set goals that are aligned with who you really are, not who you think you should be based on what others are doing. Staying focused on your own journey also means embracing the process rather than rushing to the outcome. It's easy to feel impatient when you see others achieving things faster than you or reaching milestones you haven't yet reached. But everyone's journey unfolds at its own pace, and trying to speed up your process only leads to frustration. When you stay focused on yourself, you begin to appreciate the journey itself, the small steps, the lessons learned, the incremental progress that leads to lasting growth. You realize that success is not just about the end result, but about who you become along the way. One of the greatest benefits of focusing on your own journey is that it helps you build resilience. Life is full of challenges and setbacks, and when you're constantly looking at others, it's easy to feel discouraged when things don't go as planned. But when you keep your attention on your own path, you learn to face obstacles with determination and perseverance. You stop comparing your struggles to someone else's successes and instead focus on overcoming your own challenges. This mindset strengthens your ability to bounce back from adversity and keep moving forward, even when the road gets tough. Focusing on yourself also fosters self-confidence. When you're constantly comparing yourself to others, it's easy to feel inadequate or insecure. But when you're fully engaged in your own journey, you start to see your own progress and accomplishments. You begin to recognize your own strengths and abilities, and this builds a sense of confidence that doesn't rely on external validation. You no longer need to measure your worth by someone else's achievements because you know that you're on your own unique path. And that path is valuable and worthy in its own right. Another key aspect of staying focused on your own journey is learning to trust yourself. When you're always looking to others for guidance or approval, you undermine your own intuition and wisdom. But when you focus on your own path, you develop a deeper connection to your inner voice. You start to trust your instincts and make decisions that are right for you, even if they don't align with what others are doing. This kind of self-trust is essential for personal growth because it empowers you to take control of your own life and make choices that lead to fulfillment and happiness. Ultimately, staying focused on your own journey is about recognizing that your path is yours to walk. No one else can walk it for you, and no one else's journey should dictate how you live your life. When you stop worrying about what others are doing and start focusing on your own growth, you unlock your full potential. You become more present in your life, more engaged with your goals, and more committed to becoming the best version of yourself. And that's where true success and fulfillment lie, not in comparison, but in the steady, purposeful pursuit of your own journey. Self-investment is one of the most powerful actions you can take in your life. When you choose to invest in yourself, you are making a commitment to your own growth, well-being, and success. It's about recognizing that you are your greatest asset, and the more you pour into yourself, whether through learning, self-care, or personal development, the more capable, resilient, and fulfilled you become. One of the most essential forms of self-investment is developing your skills and knowledge. In a world that's constantly changing, staying stagnant can be a significant disadvantage. Whether it's through formal education, reading, attending workshops, or simply seeking out new experiences, expanding your knowledge gives you the tools to navigate life's challenges more effectively. When you invest time and energy into learning, you open up new opportunities and possibilities for yourself. It's not just about gaining information, but about empowering yourself to make better decisions, solve problems, and seize opportunities that align with your goals. Investing in your physical health is equally important. Your body is the vehicle that carries you through life, and neglecting it can lead to a range of issues that hinder your ability to achieve your goals. Regular exercise, a balanced diet, sufficient sleep, and taking time for relaxation are all investments in your future. When you take care of your body, you not only feel better physically, but you also improve your mental clarity, energy levels, and overall well-being. This allows you to approach your daily tasks with more focus, stamina, and a positive mindset. Mental and emotional health are critical areas of self-investment as well. Life can be stressful, and if you don't take the time to nurture your mental and emotional well-being, it can be difficult to maintain balance and perspective. Practices like meditation, journaling, or seeking therapy when needed can help you process emotions, reduce stress, and build emotional resilience. Emotional intelligence, your ability to understand and manage your own emotions, as well as empathize with others, is a skill that can significantly improve your relationships and overall quality of life. By investing in your emotional health, you equip yourself with the tools to handle life's ups and downs with grace and composure. Self-investment also means prioritizing your passions and creativity. Life isn't just about productivity and achieving external success, it's also about finding joy in the things that make you feel alive. Whether it's pursuing a hobby, engaging in creative activities, or simply taking time to do what you love, nurturing your passions is a crucial form of self-care. It adds depth and richness to your life, giving you a sense of fulfillment that extends beyond material success. Personal growth is another key aspect of self-investment. This means constantly seeking ways to become a better version of yourself. It's about challenging yourself to step out of your comfort zone, face your fears, and grow from your experiences. Whether you're working on developing better habits, building stronger relationships, or cultivating a more positive mindset, personal growth requires a conscious and consistent effort to evolve. This kind of self-investment pays off in the long run, as it leads to a deeper sense of self-awareness, purpose, and inner strength. Investing in yourself is not just about improving your life today, it's about setting yourself up for long-term success and fulfillment. The time, effort, and resources you put into your own development create a foundation for future achievements. When you invest in yourself, you are not waiting for external circumstances to change or for someone else to provide you with opportunities. Instead, you are taking control of your own destiny, ensuring that you have the skills, health, mindset, and confidence to create the life you want. By prioritizing self-investment, you not only enhance your personal well-being, but you also become better equipped to contribute to the world around you. The more you grow, the more you can offer to others, whether it's through your work, your relationships, or your community. Investing in yourself is the ultimate act of self-respect and empowerment. It's about recognizing your own worth and taking intentional steps to become the best version of yourself for both your own benefit and the benefit of those around you. One of the most profound shifts you can make in life is learning to let go of external validation. From a young age, we're often conditioned to seek approval from others, whether it's from parents, teachers, friends, or society at large. We're taught that our worth is somehow tied to the praise, recognition, or affirmation we receive from those around us. But the truth is, constantly chasing external validation can leave you feeling empty, dependent, and disconnected from your true self. Real fulfillment comes from within, and to achieve it, you must learn to validate yourself. When you rely on external validation, you're essentially handing over control of your self-worth to others. You allow their opinions, judgments, and feedback to determine how you feel about yourself. This creates a fragile sense of self-esteem, one that fluctuates based on whether or not you're receiving approval. If others praise you, you feel good. If they criticize or ignore you, your confidence plummets. This cycle can be exhausting and disempowering as you're constantly seeking affirmation outside of yourself instead of finding strength and assurance within. To break free from this pattern, you must begin to cultivate self-validation. This means recognizing your own worth, celebrating your achievements, and acknowledging your growth without needing anyone else's approval. It's about developing a strong sense of inner confidence that isn't swayed by external opinions. When you validate yourself, you're not waiting for someone else to tell you that you're good enough, smart enough, or successful enough. You know it because you believe it within. Learning to validate yourself also means accepting your imperfections. No one is perfect, and seeking validation from others often stems from a desire to be seen as flawless in their eyes. But true confidence comes from embracing your flaws, mistakes, and vulnerabilities as part of what makes you human. When you stop trying to be perfect for others and start accepting yourself as you are, you free yourself from the pressure to constantly prove your worth. You begin to see that your value isn't contingent on meeting someone else's standards, but on being authentically you. Self-validation also helps you make decisions that are aligned with your values and goals rather than seeking approval from others. When you're driven by the need for external validation, you may find yourself making choices that don't truly reflect who you are or what you want. You might take a job, pursue a relationship, or adopt a lifestyle simply because it looks good to others or gains you praise. But these choices often leave you feeling unfulfilled because they aren't rooted in your own desires. By learning to validate yourself, you gain the confidence to make decisions based on what feels right to you, even if it goes against what others expect or approve of. Another key benefit of letting go of external validation is that it liberates you from the fear of judgment. When you're constantly seeking approval, the fear of being criticized or rejected can hold you back from taking risks or stepping into your full potential. You might hesitate to speak up, try something new, or follow your passions because you're worried about what others will think. But when you validate yourself, you no longer need to fear judgment. You understand that people's opinions are just that, opinions, and they don't define your worth or your path. This mindset allows you to pursue your goals with confidence and courage, knowing that your value comes from within, not from the approval of others. Self-validation is also essential for building healthier relationships. When you rely on others for validation, you can become overly dependent on their affirmation, leading to imbalanced dynamics where you constantly seek reassurance. This can create strain in relationships as you may place too much pressure on others to make you feel worthy. But when you validate yourself, you enter relationships from a place of wholeness and self-assurance. You no longer need others to fill a void, and you're able to offer support, love, and encouragement without seeking it in return. Self-validation is about taking ownership of your own worth. It's about recognizing that you are enough just as you are without needing someone else to tell you. By letting go of the need for external validation, you reclaim your power and begin to live authentically. You become more resilient, more confident, and more at peace with yourself. And in doing so, you discover that true fulfillment comes not from the approval of others, but from within.